Hello everyone and welcome to IPR's Game Room. My name is AC and today I'm going to be talking about A Visitor's Guide to the Rainy City. A Visitor's Guide to the Rainy City was written by one Beauregard Hardibard, or as some may know them, Andrew D. Devenney. It's a system-agnostic setting filled with people and places for you and your players to explore. You could totally use this with any kind of campaign, though it is a fantasy setting, and I see it going really well with one of our other supplements, So You've Been Thrown Down a Well, which is a supplement for Troika. They both have this very sort of surreal, absurdist tone to them that I really like. I think probably the best example of this is actually at the beginning of the zine, where there's a note from the author himself, which I'm just going to read for you guys. So, hello friend, welcome to the Rainy City. I am Warden Beauregard Hardibard, of the Master and Four Wardens of the Fraternity of the Art or Mystery of Haberdashery and Millinery, and this is my home. I am feeling loquacious, and I have come down to the bay to show someone around. It is an occasional hobby of mine. You are very fortunate. So, to answer your questions first. Yes, it always rains. No, it never stops. No, not ever. Yes, never. Really. Yes, you see no fires. It is the rainy season, and fires do not light, even weekly. But worry not. During the windy season and the quiet, fires do light. Very weakly, admittedly, and with much smoke. But this is a good thing, for smoke clears the damp from the lungs and is most helpful. And during firelight, fires do burn. There are grilled foods. How do we cook the rest of the year? Well, mostly with boiling salts, available from any alchemist and no one else. And most fruits, vegetables, herbs, and fishes can simply be eaten fresh. How do we light the place? Oh, all manner of ways. Wisp lamps, naturally, bioluminescent fish if you are very poor or very rich, glow vials available from any alchemist and no one else. Rats! No common rats, which you might find odd, but there is an explanation, and it has nothing to do with superstition. Puddings. The city is entirely infested by oozes and slimes. They consume the rats, and much else besides. The Pudding's Hand Union can only do so much to stem the tide. Who runs the place? It depends on where you are. There's no emperor, king, or mayor, and the High Parliament isn't really. A parliament, I mean. There are solicitors who seal and guarantee contracts through covenant pacts with ghosts and devils. No mortal laws as such, strictly speaking, except that it is best not to cross the wrong people. To whom do we pray? Oh, I'm sorry to be the one to tell you, friend. The gods aren't here right now. They just don't come around. Maybe they're dead, maybe they don't care. Maybe they just don't like the weather. But don't worry. We still have all the religion you could possibly need. Welcome to the Rainy City. Let's have a look around. It just has this really incredible feeling to it, like you're instantly transported to the place it's talking about. And it manages to give you just enough framework to give you a steady foundation, but there are still gaps that you get to fill in. And every part of the book just gets your imagination going with possibilities. For example, in the people section, there are the ghoul. Ghoul. Sophisticate flesh-eaters of Respectability Row and County Gaunt. Rarely invited to parties. Fond of crypts, but not for the scenery. Old money. Dead without, unalive within. Always hungry, but exceedingly civilized about it. Stop by for tea, but don't tarry. Like, isn't that just so good? High society flesh-eating ghouls. Who wouldn't want to have tea with them? There's also a section for each part of the city, each filled with people and places and things for you to do. For example, you could go join a pirate crew in the Rickety and the Swells, or visit the Pudding's Hand Union in Old Town. There are also plenty of maps, and the book is filled with these gorgeous illustrations that look like old woodcuts. They're really incredible. One of my favorite things to do is in Levytown, where players are invited to start their own cult. Everyone needs something to believe in. Why not let them believe in you? Promote or invent a god, demon, spirit, or even pantheon. Declare yourself a divine being. No one will know the difference, and there is good money in it. Spy on rival cults. Grow your shrine or territory. Do some good for yourself, or even for others, I suppose, if you must. Expand your influence beyond little shrines to the rest of Levittown and beyond. Who's to stop you, other than the other cults? It's just all so fantastic. I'm absolutely in love with the place. And while I would love to run a campaign in the city as a whole, you can also totally just take the places, people, and story hooks from it as you want to use as a pick-me-up in your current campaign. And again, I love how it's written so there's just enough space in between the lines for you to slot your own stuff in. It's not smothering like I've found other pre-written settings and campaigns to be in the past. It's just a fantastic guide to a very wet city, filled with people and places and so much culture for players to explore. So, a visitor's guide to the Rainy City is available on IPR's website through the link in the description below. Make sure that you check that out. And while you're down there, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this YouTube channel. And if you haven't already, make sure that you check out the newest episode of our new series, the IPR Crew Plays, where we all played the Fiasco box set and had just a ton of fun. I played a very unhappy, listen, I played not a housewife, I played a working wife. And I'm going to say my housewife, who was played by Sam, was maybe the unhappy one. But, if you think about it, it's not like, she wasn't like unhappy. Relationships are hard. And there's going to be a new episode of that series coming out at the end of this week, where we all played the Emmy award-winning Companion's Tale and had just so much fun. It was really incredible, and I'm still blown away by the illustrations, and just the whole game was just like so good. So keep an eye out for that as well. And remember, gamers, at the bottom of a well in the sump lives the worm. It does not come to you, you come to it. It can grant you what you ask, but now you must do something for the worm. Talk to you guys next time.